The Settings window is where you can see your list of applications, make general application settings, get access to help and licensing information, change the appearance of KillerKeys, manipulate groups, and create macros. Let's start with the applications list. By default, the applications list is sorted by the name of the application. However, you can sort by manufacturer. Applications that are in shades of green have shortcuts that are available with your software license, while applications that are in shades of gray have not been purchased. Whichever application is highlighted in blue is the last application that you were in before clicking the settings icon on the master palette. To offer the greatest compatibility possible, in some cases both the current and previous versions of software shortcuts are provided, such as CS4 and CS5 of Adobe applications. When KillerKeys is first installed, the most recent version of an application shortcuts are always displayed, in this case CS5. The eye icon provides two functions. It allows you to select which version of the application shortcuts can be displayed, if there's more than one, and it also hides or shows the shortcuts. Hiding and showing of shortcuts outside of the settings window can be done on the fly using the Show Hide shortcut, which by default is done by pressing Ctrl and spacebar keys. Under the Key Settings tab is where you can adjust the appearance of shortcut keys as well as transitions. The application that is highlighted in blue in the Applications list is the application that will be affected in the Key Settings tab and the Group Settings tab. To select a different application, click on it. The appearance area of the Key Settings tab are application-specific, meaning the changes made in this area only apply to the application that is highlighted in blue in the Applications list. Adjustments made in the Transitions area will be applied globally. Part of the appearance area is the preview window. As you make changes to the appearance, this area shows how the keys will look. The shortcuts shown are sample shortcuts and are not representative of any particular program. Under the key size selection, there is the option of 2 lines of text or a single line of text. Selecting 2 lines of text provides the most amount of descriptive information on each key. An option when using 2 lines of text is the ability to have keystrokes displayed on line 2. This can be helpful when trying to learn the keystrokes of a particular application. Selecting a single line of text provides the most compact view of the shortcut key, and can be useful when screen real estate is at a premium. The font size is also adjustable, and directly affects the overall size of each key. You may also select whether a font is bold or not. If you have 2 lines of text selected, and are showing the keystrokes on line 2, selecting bold for the font will make the top line bold and the keystrokes as plain text. If you do not select bold, the top line of text will be plain, but the keystroke will automatically be bold to help differentiate it from the description. The mouse over or hover text section allows you to display what information is displayed when you hover over a key. By default, the long description and keystroke are displayed. If you've selected to display 2 lines of text and didn't choose to show the keystroke on line 2, having the hover text display the keystroke can be a convenient reminder. Each shortcut for an application has both a short and long description. The short description is what is displayed on the key and is limited in length to fit most keys. The long description may offer more in-depth information regarding the keystroke function. Checking the group name will display the group that a particular keystroke is associated with. This can be helpful when a key is part of a favorites group that is not located in the original group that it came from. In the Design section, you can further refine the appearance by selecting either 2 or 3D effects. Selecting the drop shadow will put a drop shadow behind each key. Click on Configure to update the various parameters of the drop shadow. A texture can also be applied to the keys to further personalize the appearance of the keys. The Background section applies to the background of keys while they are floating palettes. You can select the shade of black and transparency of the background. You can also apply a drop shadow to the background. Use the Configure link to make any adjustments. In the Transitions area, you will be choosing what effect, if any, is applied to floating palettes as you switch from application to application. These effects are not previewed in the Preview area. If you have selected either Fade In or Turn In effects, you can choose the duration of the transition via the Effects Duration selector. The Global Settings area lets you select the key combination for showing and hiding an application. Click in the field and then press the keystroke you would like to use. When choosing a keystroke, you'll want to make sure that it's not a keystroke that you may need to use in another application, as the one you assign in KillerKeys will take precedence. Checking the Launch at Startup checkbox makes KillerKeys launch when you boot your computer, rather than having to manually start the program later. Along the bottom of the settings window are buttons for restore and saving. The Restore Defaults allows you to restore the changes that you may have made back to factory defaults, either for the application that is highlighted in blue or for all applications. The Save and Close button will save any changes you have made, close the settings window, but keep KillerKeys running. The Save and Quit will close the settings window as well as the KillerKeys application. Clicking on the X in the upper right portion of the screen will prompt you as to whether you would like to simply close the settings window or exit the application. Moving over to the Group Settings tab, you will find that it looks very similar to the Master Palette, and as a matter of fact, many of the same adjustments performed in the Master Palette can be performed in the Group Settings window. What distinguishes this area, however, is that here new groups can be created, groups can be deleted, and macros can be created. The Create New Group button will open a window asking to name a new group. Enter the name and click OK to add a new group. If you would like to delete a group, first remove all shortcut keys within the group by clicking and dragging all keys into other groups. Click the Delete Group button and choose the group to be deleted from the drop-down list. The Create Macro button will open a dialog box for creating a macro, and we will cover creating macros in another lesson. There are a few menus in the Settings window that you need to be aware of. Under the File menu, the Restore selections offer the same functions as the buttons at the bottom of the Settings window. Importing and exporting of profiles will be discussed in the Profiles lesson. Choosing Quit will close the Settings window and exit KillerKeys. The Help menu has selections for the User Guide, which will launch a PDF version of the User Guide. You may need to install the free Adobe Acrobat Reader to open the guide. The selection for Videos and Knowledge Base will both take you to those sections of the KillerKeys website. Licensing brings up the Licensing menu. Here you can see your serial number and the editions that you have licensed. If you decide to purchase additional editions, you can click the Purchase Editions button and it will take you to the website. Once you have made the purchase, you will click on the Refresh button to update the editions. KillerKeys comes with 1 year of free updates. Click the Renew Updates button to add another year of updates. If you would like to move KillerKeys to another computer, you will want to use the Deauthorize button to make the license available to be activated on another computer.